of Behind the Mic. I'm Pam Rossi, and as I do every week, I bring in local artists to come in and sit down and chat with me and play some of their music and get to know all these gems that are in the Metro Detroit area. We are broadcasting live from Music Town, is downtown Detroit, an absolutely gorgeous recording studio and performance studio. And of course, all of this wouldn't be possible with our sponsors. Thank you very much to the Michigan State University Community Music School Detroit and the Children's Hospital of Michigan Foundation. Thank you to both of those sponsors to help us out and let us do this great thing down here in Detroit, in the D, live at Music Town. So, and of course, you're watching this live on Music Town Detroit Facebook page. And you can share it later and give us some good comments. We would appreciate it. All right. Well, today, my guest is Dan Tillery. Hi, Dan.
Hello.
And he had brought along Dave G. We'll just go with G. So welcome to our studios here in downtown.
Thanks for having us.
Well, absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, I'm always on a mission finding musicians. You know, I've got a lot of friends that I, can just ask to come sit down, but I'm always looking for people I haven't had in here yet, and you happen to be one of those.
That's great.
So we've never actually sat down and talked, so
No.
I'm looking forward to hearing your stories. Of course, I was looking on your online and, all the things that you do, and it was just, you look like you have a lot of fun with what you do.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, we definitely enjoy what we do. We're lucky.
So how did you get started in this business?
I started about 10 years ago. Just kind of good friend of mine, his family, that's what they did for their whole lives was played music professionally, And so growing up, I just kind of wanted to be involved in that. So I picked up the guitar. They started kind of showing me how to do it, and luckily through them, I got opportunities to stand up in front of crowds at bars and sing and play, and that turned into I can do this for a living. So I just started writing songs and playing.
So did you not have music in your home growing up?
I did, just to listen to. We were big
Okay.
music fans, but never an instrument. Never, no one played. No one played. Yeah, my grandmother played piano, but we just were fans of music. But the household I went to there was pianos and guitars. And
Is this your
drums
friend
and-
Paul or something?
My friend Paul.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So his whole family was musicians, and so I just loved being around it. Wanted to do it.
It's kind of rubbed off on you, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. Took it and ran with it. It's worked.
So, if they all played all different instruments, you're saying?
A little
or
bit
just...
of everything. There was a piano in the house and tambourines and bongos and guitars. It was just they were all very musical. They would all sing and harmonize, and so it just was easy for me to pick up. Like, I want to do that, and I want to sing, and I want to play.
Did you hone in on a specific instrument or just...
I did. I honed in on the guitar. I like the acoustic guitar. I just there's a lot of freedoms with it. You
Yeah.
bring it anywhere, throw it over your back, and I like the sound of it, and it's good for writing for me. Yeah, so.
Of course, harmonica's easy to transfer around,
Yeah, it is.
transport.
I don't know if it would be as easy to sing and play at the same time with
True.
harmonica.
That's true.
So-
That's true. Because you do
You
have an
really
amazing
gotta
voice, and we're
develop
going
it.
to hear some of that
Thanks.
in just a few. Well, that's cool. So your friends, family, basically got you started into this biz.
Yeah, they got me hooked, and then I just was lucky enough to where even when I first started, where I wanted to do it on my own, and I had they would if I needed a microphone or I needed a guitar to use or I needed a speaker, they provided that for me. They really helped me.
Did they have band? Were they in bands, or did they?
They were just all singer songwriters. Johnny was the older son, and he was a singer songwriter, and Terry was in a mini bands and also a solo act. A lot of the same thing that we do, playing for ceremonies or playing for events, and also original material. So yeah, just.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. You had the the means. You had the microphones and
I had
everything.
what I needed to
right
start
there.
up, yeah, so-
It's probably not a good idea if you all of a sudden think, well, I can try this and do this and.
It would have been a lot harder on my own.
Yes,
I
yeah.
wouldn't have known what I needed or what I didn't need or
Well,
how
and
to go
it's
about it.
expensive too.
Yeah.
To start building all the equipment you need.
It does become expensive, yes. So I definitely piggybacked off of the equipment for a long time, enough to where I could afford my own.
Yeah. Well, why not? And they were.
They didn't mind. They
didn't
were
mind.
so very supportive. They wanted me to do it.
That's
and,
cool.
yeah.
That's really cool. You had that opportunity.
I still see them whenever I write a song now, and I make sure I drive by their house and pull in to show them the new stuff I've been working on. It's exciting to show them, because I didn't know how to play an instrument. And now I'm writing songs, so it's exciting to show them my progress.
You must really have a lot of drive to, all of a sudden, this just came into your, you're exposed to this family and all the music and everything, but, obviously you had to learn it, and then
Yeah.
all of a sudden you say, well, I can I'll try writing. And so, even though maybe the fact that you knew someone was there to help you just in case, maybe that was that part of it?
No, I was just very. I grew up with a lot of friends and like a big support group where we always just kind of supported each other and got along really well. To where when I picked up my guitar, the ability to play technically on my guitar wasn't there, but was very easy to me to create melodies and strum chords to create a song right away. So within a few months of me playing, they weren't the greatest songs, but I was writing songs, little ditties, and so right away, my friends and them were like, "You're doing it, man. We'll support you." And so I just kept the urge just kept growing. I'm like, "Oh, okay, I'm gonna write these for it's fun. They're enjoying it. I'm enjoying it, and it just all came really quick and easy."
Well, and that helps that someone's encouraging you.
Yeah,
I mean,
big time.
if you're trying to do it on your own and thought, well, let me try this singer-songwriter thing. But if you're on your own and you have no feedback, then a lot of people just
Yeah, I
will,
wouldn't
will
know
hang
it.
it up.
Yeah, I got really lucky there. I was
Yeah.
always had a big encouraging support group. So
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
So, all this music that you grew up listening with your family, what kind of music was that?
Everything, but my mom was more of like a rocker. Like they both liked them, but my dad was more of like like the Shy Lights and the Temptations and the Motown, as much as like the Led Zeppelins and rock. And my mom was more of like the Led Zeppelin and rock, and then but even like Tupac she would listen to too. So I grew up listening to almost all genres of music right away. And then my grandma, just the old like Dean Martins and Frank Sinatra's and stuff. I listen to everything. My dad was a big country fan for a while, so the old like Alan Jackson, Garth Brooks stuff, and I listen to everything. There's nothing I didn't.
Well,
didn't
and
enjoy.
I'm sure that it helps you now when you're doing your songwriting.
Yeah, I think so.
Experiencing all the different genres.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's not one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably good. That's
Yeah,
good.
it could hurt me. I think a lot of times from when I've talked to, they ask me, what's your name? Like, what do you sound like? Pick one, and I don't want to pick one, so they can't. It's easier to, what would I say? Promote to what's that word?
Experiment? No.
No, what's the word? When you to put you somewhere and move.
Oh, yes, I know what you mean. Just
Yeah, well,
pigeonhole you
I
into
can't, yeah, I can't believe I can't think of that word, but I
He'll be
didn't want,
singing and all this pop in his head.
Yeah, I didn't want it. Like what's his name? Michael Bublé. Like you would. That's his sound. That's
Yes,
what he.
yes.
He's. You're not gonna hear him on a rockin' Led Zeppelin song.
Yeah.
But I
Never
would
say
like
never,
to do
you know.
both. No,
Yeah.
never say. I would like to be
That would be interesting.
a crooner, and then the next day a rapper, and then the next day a reggae band. I want to be all of them. If I'm able to, I'm going to.
Well, you do have that crooner voice.
Yeah,
you
I've heard
know.
that.
Yeah.
I just have a deep voice. Yeah.
Well, I tell you what. Why don't we're talking about your voice and all that? How about we go to a song
Okay.
and let our listeners hear what we're talking about?
Yeah, let's croon it out, dude. You want to do a Forever? This song is called Forever. It's one of my favorite originals, and it just came from me and Dave sitting in a room together with a guitar, and it just happened so naturally and became one of my favorites.
Oh, I love that.
If you hear it on our album, which is Dreamers and Drifters on iTunes or Spotify, you'll hear David Bennett playing on it, and it's really amazing. He's a really talented guy, so it turned out pretty well.
Yeah, he's an incredible player.
Yeah.
World class.
Yeah, world class. So we're lucky to have him. Let's do this. This song's called Forever. Hopefully you'll enjoy it. There's a whistle solo. Let's see if I can get my lips lubed up here. Well, I've been waiting around forever, love. But forever didn't seem to come quick enough for us. But if you give me your forever, love, oh darling, I swear my forever's there. So won't you give me your forever, love? Oh, we'll both just skip and dance while we're singing with our hands. If you give me your forever, love, oh darling, it's true. Forever to you, So give me yours, I'll give you mine. Forever, yes, I'll return the same favor. Oh, and I'll savor every single moment. Darling, it's true. My forever to you. My forever love. My forever, ever. And darling, it's true. Ooh, my forever love, my forever love to you. Yeah.
Forever, Dan Tillery and Dave G.
Yeah.
Nice.
Thanks.
Nice. And this is on your LP, Dreamers and Drifters.
Yeah, yep. That's on our last one, yep. Which actually right now we're in the studio kind of rearranging some songs off of that, which is very exciting because I think we had some good stuff on there that could have been spent a little more time on and made even a little better. So this new project will be exactly that, you know. Really
So
focus.
all the songs will be the same, or just a few?
Well,
there's 15
15 songs on the album, so we're probably gonna pick. As of right now, we've picked 4 off of it
Okay.
that we really like to kind of pay attention to a little different ways and mold and shape differently. And it's working out really well. And spend a little time. I mean, me and Dave have recorded all of our stuff on our own with little to nothing. You know, like a $40 microphone in a closet in the basement. So to be able to go somewhere where you're using very high, you know, top of the line equipment, and with a great engineer and producer, it's going really well.
Do you do that often? You go back to a song and think, oh, this should have been this way or
Oh
that way?
almost every time.
Really?
But a lot of times, you know, sometimes you're really happy with them, but you can almost always listen to something and be like, oh, I could have done that a little better. So it's either you just choose to move on, and you know, because a lot of times there'll be a first take. And you'll want to redo it 10 times, but that first take had the
better one.
magic in it. Yeah, it's just you just your own worst critic. You want
Yes.
it to be better. You know, you think it can be. So
I know many artists say, once it's done, it's done.
it's done.
Don't go back, because you could just keep going back forever and ever,
Yeah,
instead of moving forward.
Waste a lot of time sometimes doing that. But we're learning. So.
Okay, so you're and now so it's the sound that you want to improve on, not
It's
necessarily
the sound and the arrangements. It's a
the
little bit of everything. I mean, some of the arrangements have complete. There were some few songs where a lot of times we give ourselves these deadlines, which is kind of. I mean, it's good to have a deadline, but we didn't need our album to be out by the deadline we set. We figured we have to set something. We're never going to get it out.
Yeah.
To the point where once we started closing in on that date, there was some songs that needed more of our attention. That we were like, well, we got to get them done, and that just wasn't the case. So now we have time to look back. I mean, they're not done for we can choose to do them however we'd like for as long as we'd like to. So I think that the ones we're working on now are going to turn out a lot better than we could have even imagined.
Yeah.
They sound really fun right now. So
Okay, and that's again all about the fun.
yeah,
Which
and it's
you
fun.
guys-
It's a little more fun. Yeah, this time it's a different process, but
Well, and you've got a little more experience too, so
yeah, we have
when you-
definitely more experience, and things in life happen too. On our first LP that we did, things could go really well during the whole process, and then there's certain things where you're in the middle of the studio one time, and you lose a family member. There's a breakup. Those aren't the best. Sometimes those leave for great raw performances, and sometimes those leave for days of where you're not really
Not in sync, and
it's not going the way you want it
Yeah.
to, but you're there and you're spending the time and you're in this. So just put it out, and it's hurt us. I think they could have moved further, faster.
Okay.
And we gave them what we put out.
So you also have an EP, so right?
Yeah, we have a 7-song,
Okay.
and then we have a 15-song, and then we have a couple singles that
Okay.
are on iTunes.
And when this new album, when do you think that will be out?
We don't know what we're doing right now. We're kind of in the middle of the process. So right now, we're putting together 4 to 5 songs. Really, undeniably, you can't deny them. They're going to sound great. And then we're going to put together a showcase, and then we're going to put together, a big, which we're not familiar with. We're going to have a horn section, have some backup vocals, we're really going to put these songs on a platform to where
Okay.
Top notch. We're up there with anyone who's doing them, and then we'll go from there. More investments, more money. It's a lot of money to tour and to put together a big production, which is what we want to do. And so the more money we keep getting in, the more we keep putting towards that. But I think when we showcase what we have to the right people, we might have
Yeah.
a better opportunity of those doors opening.
Well, that's good. I'm looking forward to that. That sounds like, especially you get a full
Yeah, it's
bit
very
of the
exciting.
horns and everything. That's
If I
exciting.
had that freedom on stage it would be fun and if he had the rhythm section to where he could do his leads, and it's tough when it's just us two trying to make a 14-piece thing come to life, with a loop pedal. But it's gonna be good.
So are you at this point, because you do a lot of shows per week, you seem like, and so are you experimenting with these new songs and testing them out?
No, now we do, but so that's, the way we want them to be shown is the way we have them in our head, and so
Okay.
when it's just us two and a loop pedal at these gigs, it wouldn't
get
do
it.
any justice. So what we do, we play 4 to 5 shows a week, and what we found is, a lot of these shows are where we're just hired entertainment. So we're playing, like the Frank Sinatras and Dean Martins in the background, and so we fit in our originals. I'd say we fit in 60% of our sets are original material, but it's just kind of things that we think work better than others. Not our favorite.
Mm-hmm.
There's some of my favorites that I'd like to do that wouldn't,
Crowd, yeah.
wouldn't sound the way I'd
That
like
kind
it
of
to.
makes sense.
Yeah.
That kind of makes sense.
So, but when we like covers too and turning them into our own, but
Well, I know anytime you're out, people want to hear some covers, especially if they're not familiar with you.
oh yeah.
The covers will help.
People don't know what they want. People are the worst. People, I don't know how many times where someone has asked us, play this, whatever, and then we'll be like, oh, so we'll look at them and be like, all right, we'll nail that one. So we'll play it, and within the first 8 seconds of us playing it, they're either going to the bathroom or leaving or talking to, and it's like, what was it?
The best.
Did you just want that entitlement of like you picked the song?
Yeah.
You don't care to hear it.
The best is when people ask you for something that they can dance to.
Oh my gosh, it's the
Because
worst ever.
It is infamously used every time.
Every time.
gig.
The worst. Don't ever ask us that, please. So what? I could dance. I could dance to this. Like you could. So we'll be playing actually. So like there's a point where we're playing like Rick James at a gig, and this woman came up. She's like, "Can you play something we can dance to?" I'm like, "If you can't dance to Rick, then you can't dance. Like there's not what. We're not playing the polka. We're not doing the country line. Like you got to figure it out. I don't know what you want to dance to. If
They
there's
just
a-
say, "Give me a dance song
They
without a
just wanna
title."
say something. They're
Okay.
looking at look. We're saying something. Play this. Like they don't care. So we're learning that as we go. So sometimes, like I said, I'll throw lyrics in that aren't even. Which I was just I watched a documentary the other day about the Beatles, and I forget what song it was that John Lennon, but he wasn't saying the lyrics because at the crowd they were so loud they couldn't
Yes.
hear anyone.
Yes.
So he was just saying the most. No, he was not singing the lyrics. Nobody's like, "You're doing it."
Yeah,
No.
because they were all
Yeah.
screaming so loud they didn't even hear
You're
it
not
anyway. Yeah.
listening.
Yeah,
You don't care. You just, but we still care. So we prefer to play what we feel best about playing. This is what we're kind of stubborn in that sense, and it's not hurt us. We've not lost gigs from it. So we just kinda
Lost
stick.
gigs?
We've not lost.
Oh, not lost. Good.
Where
Okay.
where they'll be like, play this, and we'll be like, no, so we'll play that instead. And it's not. Just let us do our. We do what we do best. I don't know that song,
Yes.
so you don't want me to sing that for you. It won't help any of us.
Yes.
If I've never sung that Ed Sheeran song, it probably won't do the best for any of us if I sing it.
And then they'll be saying, "Oh, he played Ed Sheeran and it was
that's
awful."
exactly
And
what
then
they
that's
do.
what they'll remember.
That's exactly what they remember. And we're learning now that we're in control.
Yes.
It's tough because you get nervous sometimes, especially starting off in front of a crowd. You kind of would let them control the dynamic of what's happening, and we have to be in control. So
You know best.
yeah, we know what our strengths are and what our
Yes.
weaknesses are. And before we'd play to our weaknesses because they would ask us to play that, and I'd be like, "Do you want to try it, Dave?" And we'd fail because we've never done it.
Have you've been asked something and then you play it, but you've never played it before?
Oh, many times. Yeah,
Really?
And what we'll do is Dave will have maybe heard the arrangement before or maybe not, but know the melody, and I'll just Google real quick on my phone the lyrics. So now, that's what we're doing our best to just perform it. It's
So
not a
you're up there
performance
with
at
your
that point.
phone.
Yeah, it doesn't look good when I'm singing off my phone, and he's
That's
kind
a
of.
great assistant.
It's a good assistant, but there's no passion into the delivery there.
Yeah.
I want to sing something that I feel that I know the words to. I know the emotion behind each statement, So, but like I said, people want to hear, play that,
Yeah, and like you said, then they get up and go to the bathroom. So
and
you
then
know.
they leave
Yeah.
anyway. So it doesn't. Yeah.
That makes sense. That
But
just-
it is good when you do please. Sometimes there are people who care, and then it's nice when they sit there and can you play that? And then they sit there attentively, and then we can play it, and everyone's happy at the end. We feel accomplished, like wow, we just made that guy's day, and that's a good moment. That happens here and there too.
did you ever have an experience where you just felt like no one is appreciating what we've got here? Or
Oh
anything?
yeah,
Does that happen a lot?
Lots of not often, but over 10 years of playing, it's happened a lot. Yeah, we'll be doing something where we'll look at each other and we'll be like, this is the best we've ever done. And then we'll look out and the people are kind of like, they're food fight. They don't care that we're there. So, but we can't let that. But when we're engulfed in that moment, it's like we'll get done and we'll look at each other and be like, we'll have had a blast and know it was good. And we're like, nah,
That's
whatever.
you know what? That's what matters. That,
we had fun doing it.
If you're up, and plus, if people see that you're enjoying what you're doing, you're having fun, that kind of relates. Even though they might be focusing 100%, I think that
I think that's huge.
goes-
The
yes.
interaction between
Yeah.
and we try to thrive. We've got to be having the best time. We have to, because that way, the energy you can feed off that. If we're up there and I'm having a mopey day and I look like Eeyore, and it's a party, you're not gonna
Eeyore.
relate to. Yeah, you're not having fun with me. So
that's funny.
I mean, but that's where entertainment. But you've talked to many musicians. Right? It could be your worst day ever, and if it's a job that you gotta put on a smile.
Yes.
It's what you do.
Yeah.
So you can't be thinking that you just lost your girlfriend and you want to cry. You gotta. Hey, you gotta, everybody stand up, let's dance. It's part of the acting part of it,
Yes. Yeah. You're a performer.
You're performing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, let's hear a performance here. Time for another
Do
song.
Baby from Across the Room, or do you want to do Darling I? What did we say we're going to do? Baby from Across the Room?
We can do that one.
Okay.
This is on the new or on the Dreamers and Drifters.
No, this is actually something that we've created at our gigs, and we will eventually do, but one time just complete improvisation where it was like let's hit it, and it just sounded right, and everybody started dancing at the end. This happens a lot too, where we'll create a song on the fly because we brought them into like an extra hour into the gig, and that no one's listening the entire gig, and at the end that's when the slow clap starts. That's the big.
Those are the ones.
Why are those the ones? But we are good. Hip hop is one of our favorite things to do. So rapping comes easily to. I can improv a song, a 4-minute song with a beginning, middle, and end, and it will work. Let's get funky, dog. To kind of create a song on the fly. Hear that bass sound, Dave? I said, baby, I seen you from across the room. Oh, and I was so confused. There's something about the way your body moves. Oh, darling, let me talk to you. I said, darling, I can see it in your eyes, blazing like the stars at night. I said, baby, you've got me hypnotized, doing all the things I like. Oh, 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 oh. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Do-da-da-da-da. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. So baby, I see you at the bar, shining bright just like a star. And darling, I need to know who you are. Oh, so way that you move your hips and kiss me with your lips. I'm dancing to these sweet songs. Oh, 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 oh. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Whoa. Do-do-do-do. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Alright, Dave, get funky on that guitar. Oh, darling, yes, the groove you got inside. The way that you move your lips and you kiss me with your lips. I'll dance all night. Oh, 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 oh. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Do-do-do-do. Oh, oh, oh. Yeah.
Ah, love it. That was great. What was the name of that one?
Baby from across the room.
Ah,
Hey.
I love your voice.
Thank you.
Love your voice. Yeah.
Thank you. Very nice.
And you guys really like feed off each other when you're playing. That's for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you knew that you could hit that. I know you knew you did, but I was like, I seen your foot up there. I was like, oh man, it worked out perfectly though.
Good.
Yeah, it worked out
Good
perfectly.
thing.
Yeah, we do it a little differently. Usually me and him both have the ability to use that pedal, you know.
Oh, okay.
So it's a little different for us at this thing, but it's good.
Yeah, trying something new.
Try something new. Always. Yeah, we keep putting ourselves in these different situations to do so. Like, just recently we went to something and it was a singer-songwriters round, which was a lot of fun. But so me and Dave we'd not practiced in where it's a quiet room with two acoustic guitars. We never do that. We're perform, like we layer and we loop and we beat and we make it to where, you know, and so it was just a different, out of our comfort zone, but a lot of fun still, so, and it makes you better, so.
Yeah. Well, experiment with new things.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're constantly moving when you're singing. You know, you
I
just
have a hard time not moving. Yeah.
well, which makes it fun for people when you do live. You know, to watch you. I mean, I'm just sitting here with you too, and it's, you know, I'm entertained
That's
just
good.
watching you guys and listening. So
That's good.
yeah, and you get definitely get out there a lot. You said like 4 times a week.
Yeah,
or
4 or
something.
5 shows a week. So yeah.
And people can go to your website to find out where you're playing. Right?
Yeah, dantillery.com. We'll have a list of. I'm usually 2 months ahead of myself. You know, where you can see where I'll be playing next.
Okay.
And, the dates that are missing, you know, are usually for private parties or corporate events and stuff that
Okay.
you're not invited to. So.
Ah,
I'm
well,
sorry.
good to know.
Sorry to say, but yeah.
But good to know you do that. You know that they hire you for those kinds of things. That's
Yeah,
kind of fun.
great. Those are some of our favorite things. You know, those private events and
Yeah,
corporate
yeah.
gigs. They're fun.
Yeah, get a little more loose and
Yeah, it's good.
you have fun with that. So yeah, the marketing is huge. You know, getting it out there and stuff. And I noticed, and I noticed you use your Diggy in a lot of your marketing.
Oh yeah.
Take
That's all
advantage of
people
that.
want to see. Yeah, I mean, it got to the point where it didn't matter what I was doing or where I was at. Like they would ask me, I could be at
Well,
the mall and they'd be like, "Where's Diggy's?"
we probably should go back just in case someone doesn't know. I mean, you went viral with Diggy the dog.
Yes.
The smiling dog, excuse me. The smiling
Yep,
dog.
Diggy the smiling dog. Yep, big old goofball.
And at the point when I saw this, how long ago was that on there?
It happened a year ago.
A year ago. Okay, so I remember seeing that, but I didn't know about you and your
correlation,
music
yeah.
at that point. And I'm like, seeing, first of all, this Diggy is an American bulldog, not a pit bull. So this is what the whole thing was about. But this dog is hilarious, the way he's smiling there, and the picture
he's good
you
at
took.
taking photos, that's for sure.
Does he do that when you get the camera out and
No,
the
he
phone?
hates the camera, so it's always got to be in surprise. He doesn't hate, but he won't look at the camera. He feels like it's something. He doesn't like being videoed.
Okay.
But if I pull it out and get a quick one of him and he's get a goofy face, it easily works out.
Well, that picture that went viral, you know,
Yeah.
is just hilarious. You know.
Yeah, that was the first hour that we had him, and as soon as I met him, he ran up to me, and I just laid on the ground and let him lick all over my face, and that was just how we met. So we were taking pictures, and somehow that one just. That's a great picture. He just looks like a big goofball.
Oh, it is. Yeah, and and he's a little further or closer to the camera.
Yeah.
And it's like he's.
He looks massive. Yeah, he's a goof.
So if you have not seen Diggy, probably if you just Google Diggy the smiling
I'm
dog.
sure Diggy will pop up. Yeah, he's a good boy. Yeah,
So-
as I was just here making a post about That's Amore, everybody was saying, where's Diggy? As if I don't.
We're in a restaurant.
I can't bring him, which really bothers me a lot sometimes. I've been trying to not let it bother me, but there's I'm totally like a human being too. So when I'll post a picture of a great accomplishment that day, and then people's first response is "Where's Diggy?" Kind of is a punch to the face of this one's not about Diggy. This one's about me, and if you
Right.
can't just don't follow me, then because I want people to encourage me in my life, and if I share something with you, but you want to push me aside. For the dog lives a great life because of me. People are seeming to forget. I'm why he's so happy.
Yes.
He's not on Facebook communicating with you.
But you
I
did
am.
you did put on your T-shirts you have Diggy, so you've kind of
Oh,
using
he's the
him as a marketing tool.
Oh, he's the logo. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this was my thing too, and this is what's so funny about all this is I believe things kind of manifest. But so my favorite band ever growing up, my favorite band of all time is Sublime. So Sublime is known famously for his dog. He played with his dog always. So I actually have him tattooed right here on my arm. But so coincidentally, now people associate my music with my dog, and it's just odd. So I was playing my music, and I started building this following, and now people see me and my dog together, and so that's cool for me that my favorite band of all time was a guy and his dog, and I'm a guy and his
Kind
dog.
of following that, yeah.
So
yeah.
maybe just his luck, or just maybe it's nothing. I don't know.
Meant to
it
be,
seems cool.
They,
Yeah, it seems cool.
because you got him from a.
He's my best friend. Dogs are my favorite thing ever. So if that's gonna be something that goes hand in hand with my profession, then I'll take it all day.
But just so people know, you can't take Diggy to all the performances. So
No, I won't be taking it. No, and even if I wanted to, even if they'd let me, Diggy's a great dog, but he's still 2 years old, and if a squirrel runs by, Diggy might be running for it. So
does
he's
he
not the-
recognize your voice singing when you're singing? Does he join in or anything like
Oh,
that?
no, he's not much of a vocal.
Okay.
He talks to me when he needs to go outside. His little moans, but he's not much of a singer. I've tried a few times with him, but he just looks at me like, get a grip, Dad. I'm not going to sing, So.
Well, you never know. Maybe an album down the line, you get some Diggy noise.
Yeah, I think so.
Some
Or
Diggy-
just his presence alone. I just think
Yeah.
it's cool. I love that about that band is that his dog was always on stage with him. It'd be cool if Diggy could do that one day.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that everything worked out because the citation because people were saying he's a pit bull. I'm glad that all worked out. He's an American bulldog.
Yeah, he's American. All the stories going on viral are all wrong too.
Yeah.
It's so funny. None of them are right. The news is such liars. All the stories I read, the first one I saw was it was in big news on Yahoo, and it said Diggy on death row, and it's
Oh, jeez.
And then they talk about, and a lot of times in the story I'll get threats from people, because they'll say, I can't believe that, because they threatened to take my dog or give me a ticket
Right.
so that I let them take my dog. And they're like, I can't believe you let them take your dog. I didn't.
Yeah.
I refused to let them take my dog. But all the articles are saying,
Oh, jeez.
he let them take the dog and then fought to get him back. I refused to let him take him.
All right. Well, Dan just set the story straight.
Set
So.
the story straight here on Music Town, yeah.
Good.
But
Glad
yeah,
we got
so
there.
that's it, yeah. That's
Heard
it.
it here first.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. I wanted to congratulate you, too. You were Reader's Choice Best of Detroit in 2015, the best singer-songwriter.
That was very cool.
Was that
yeah.
a surprise for you?
Yeah, I had no clue, actually. I
That you were up for it?
didn't even know I was up for it. No, it was
Oh.
no record. And then I was told from a friend. It was very exciting.
Good
Yeah,
for
because I
you.
didn't know. Because usually, like, you'd think, like, if I would have known, I would have, like, sent out some, like, go vote for me type of,
Yeah, yeah.
But I did not know, so it was really cool.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah, and that
Does
was
that?
before the dog, so I was doing
Oh,
okay.
there. Yeah.
I was doing okay.
So did when you get something like that, do you feel like all of a sudden, oh my gosh, now I have to live up to this
At the time, I
expectation?
think I did, but now that I think about it, a lot of these, especially a lot of these articles that are, they don't mean as much maybe as you'd want them to. Like
Yeah.
I still, if I want to be known as a great artist, I'm going to just have to be persistent and work really hard and master my craft, and that will show one day. Those type of awards along the way that maybe I deserve or maybe I don't deserve, they'll come and go, but
Yeah.
I'll stay forever as something people will remember as a great artist if that's what I continue to.
So you don't need the awards to
No,
to
it
prove to
was a
yourself. Yeah.
great, but
Yeah.
and then the next
Yeah.
year it was someone else. That didn't
Yeah.
make me any less of a singer songwriter that year,
That's
or
true.
them any less that. It's just how things move each year, and it's great for us to get our names in papers and great press and stuff like that. So it was very helpful. It just
Do you have
that's made me want to be better.
any aspirations to, or any goals that you would like to reach? I mean, you've got an award here, but like
Yeah,
you said, it just
I do, and it's kind of
what's
like
what's the future like? Something you really would
Oh,
like to strive for?
I want to just make the music I want to make and make it sound exactly the way that I hear it in my head. So working with the producers and engineers I am now, make the production how I can imagine it, so I can stand behind it and confidence that this is exactly what I want and how I want it, and play my original songs in front of as big a crowd as I possibly can, or as small, as long as people are listening and my music moving forward, and I can do this for a lifetime sustainably, then that's my goal. That's my dream, because right now it's still give and take. Anything could happen, and
Right.
in
Right.
10 years I could be doing something else for a living, but I don't want that. My goal is to make it last in big impact forever.
Well, you seem to have you seem to be on the path. You know what you're doing, and
I see, yeah.
getting out there and stuff.
I
and,
seem to
which
be.
is
That's what I'm
huge.
trying to do. Yeah, it's persistence. It's not. You have to keep practicing every day, because yeah, I'm gonna keep doing it. I'm not going away. So that's my
Well, and the social media, is something that
huge.
helps musicians, I'm sure.
Social media is huge, and I've gotten very lucky somehow I went viral 3 times, and there's no reason for it. There's no algorithm. There's no. It just. I don't know how that happens, but it's just luck, I guess. Or few people are asking me the first time I went viral, like, "How'd you do that? What'd you do?" And there's no.
There's no reason.
It was the wrong. It was the way. It was not the right way. It was a dirty phone clip video. Like the sound was awful. The video, and that went viral. And then there's things you dedicate all your time into, and 2 people watch that. There's no
rhyme or reason.
Yes, So
Well, I guess as a musician, you think, well, I need things to go viral, obviously to get more
Yeah.
people and stuff. So
you
so
think
you
there's
don't
a
know
formula.
which, what works. So how do you do that?
You just keep doing your best and being your authentic self. If I think that's why the first one went. You're in that moment, being your best authentic self, doing it to the best you can, and it's either gonna work or it's not.
Yeah.
You can try all the formulas you want, but there's great artists out there that we'll never hear of. And there's ones that are no good to me, like that are the biggest millionaires
No,
ever.
yeah, like you said, no rhyme or reason.
There's-
Like,
yeah,
how did this happen?
I don't know
So-
how most of society likes most of the music that goes around right now, but I don't know what they're saying or what they're doing or if there's any composing behind it. It's just people love it. They're buying it.
Hey,
Yeah,
if
it was just, so last night they were talking like, hey, what is he doing? I just heard, there was a guy that was in performance, and he wasn't even holding his microphone. He just set his microphone next to him, and his backing tracks were playing, and he was just kind of like lollygagging around the stage, like, how's that a performance? But that's what people want. That's what.
really?
No, that's not what I want, but that's
Well, no.
that's the formula for him.
I would
That's
think-
his formula was that it worked.
Well, that doesn't make sense, as you and I would,
Not
you
to
would
me,
think
no.
the more people that you can share with and be passionate about.
Yes.
If people can see that you're passionate about what you do, they're more engaged and more willing to listen and buy, and that
Yeah.
would make. That's what I think. But
That's what I think.
okay, we're on the same.
No,
wavelength.
my favorite artists, no one has heard of. My favorite, maybe, and it's the bummer. My favorite artist of all time, his name is Mike. I always say Sublime was my favorite. Beatles are the best. This guy, Mike Love, though.
Mike
Mike
Love?
Love's the most
Oh.
amazing, talented. And no, I don't know if anybody knows of him. He doesn't have he's got about as big as following as I do on Instagram. He doesn't have a big fan base.
Where's he
but,
from?
He's from Hawaii, but
Okay.
he's just incredible. He's just the most talented guy ever.
And how did you find him? And how did you
A
connect
random video was shared on Facebook once, and I watched it and then fell in love with his talent and never looked back. But I watch him. I went to one of his shows once, and it just the lack of the one show where there's no meaning behind the message. And there's a million people in the crowd. To this guy's talent and what his passion is, and there's 10 people in the crowd. It just blows me away. That those people get overlooked. Sad.
So what is it about him that you just?
Everything. His voice, his passion that he delivers his songs with, his skill on the guitar, and with he's incredible. He's an incredible musician.
All of a sudden, Mike Love's going to get a spike in
I hope so.
in
If people are
views. He's
listening,
like,
we'll
what's going on here?
I hope so, because they'd be blown away if they listen.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, interesting. Now I'm intrigued. I'm going to have to check it out.
Yeah.
So Mike Love, interesting.
Very reggae-ish,
Yeah,
but
okay.
hits all things. But
All right.
very,
Well, cool. All right, time for Pam exam.
The Pam exam. What's this? Okay.
I just pull out some random questions and you can answer. And you
nice.
can answer too, Dave, if you'd like. Okay. Do you have a system for writing a song?
No. It changes for every song. So no, like the two songs that we just have played so far, there was nothing. We said, boom, let's write a song, and then after 4 minutes later, then that was done. And the lyrics were done, and a lot of my songs, somewhere in between. But some of them, we were just asked to write a song for the Detroit Pistons, and so we needed.
Oh, fun.
There was a formula because we had to hit all these aspects. We have to say these things in it. So there was a formula there, But most of the time, no, it's just all feel. Just
4 minutes is pretty quick for a song.
Yeah, that's what we wrote. We've written songs.
That's impressive.
Forever was written in one take. It was written and it was done.
Wow. Well, you must have some, obviously in your head already the kind of an idea of the melody or words. No?
No.
I'm
in
impressed.
purely improvised.
Purely improv.
I love that.
Yeah, we do most of our. I never heard it before. Dave started chopping, and I was like, "This is the melody that I'm gonna go with," and that was the song. Yeah, which people don't want to believe, and a lot of people don't. They want there to be but that's just how we write them. Which is another reason we're not very good in the singer-songwriter types of gigs, because we don't have a story. We didn't write this; it just kind of happened.
Yeah. Well, interesting.
Yeah.
That's impressive, but I mean, just.
Yeah, thanks. And then, like I said, everyone's different. So, like the Pistons one, we had to sit down and write. It had to be a certain way.
So where and when will we hear this?
So
Pistons?
people have been sending us, videos and pictures of it's at the Little Caesars Arena.
Okay.
It plays every game.
Oh,
So
okay.
every game on the jumbo screen, it's a music video of us singing and
fun.
playing before the game. Yeah, it's like the rule song. It's like don't hit your neighbor and stuff. It's really fun though. So. It's good.
That's cool. And they just approached you out of the blue?
Yeah,
or-
they reached out to us. We did an event a while back, and one of the coordinators for the Pistons, they work with them. So when they were referred an artist, they referred us, to
Okay.
be the ones who worked for them. So
Oh, that's fun.
it's all about word of mouth,
Yeah. Oh,
Keep getting
yeah.
around.
Oh, yeah, for sure. All right, I'm still just blown away that, you can whip up a song
Yeah,
like
we're
that.
not much
That's just,
songwriters sitting there, so, yeah.
damn
We're
it.
just- yeah, make it. Yeah.
Now, if I just threw like a
topic or something,
topic
we
or
would
something
sing
out,
about it,
you
yeah.
would sing about it.
Yeah. Or if he started playing, we'll make our own topic. Yeah. We just-
Interesting.
yeah.
Okay. All right, here's one. If you're okay, I'm gonna just keep that in mind here.
There's a challenge there.
Yeah, we're about to.
If your life were a jigsaw puzzle, maybe I should have you write a song about this answer. If your life were a jigsaw puzzle, and obviously still being put together, what missing piece would be added next?
Do you want to answer this one?
No.
Okay. If my life was a jigsaw puzzle and the next piece was the one that completed me, which would be the next piece?
Yes.
Not
Not necessarily complete the puzzle,
to
but what
complete
would be the
next
thing?
stage in it would be I think musically speaking, I think just my ability to compose music on the guitar. Just I'm learning music theory. He's
Okay.
teaching me music
Oh,
theory.
okay.
So I guess that would be the next piece of the puzzle that would put me in a better place to
Yeah.
to move
Right,
forward. Yeah.
so- yeah.
So I'm learning music theory, and I'm little bits at a time, and I think that's going to be a big help. Big help in my songwriting and everything else that comes with it.
Are you going to school for that, or just learning it on?
Well, he did, so he's my teacher.
Ah,
Luckily,
Nice.
and he's just he knows a lot of. He's good on his stuff, so he's showing me, and I think I'm picking it up fast, but it's still going to take me lots of. Even if I pick it up mentally on here, there's the technical skill of where my hands
Yeah.
are on. It's going to take me a long time,
Where'd you go to school for that?
Well, I went mostly private lessons for a long time.
Oh, okay.
I took lessons from a guy named Ken Andrioni in Waterford at Motor City Guitar.
Okay.
And he pretty much got me to the point, like a good teacher, where you learn to the point where you can start teaching yourself and kind of pick up the study
Okay.
by your own means. And
He's a good teacher too now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's really good at
Oh,
laying it out.
he's
there.
going to get some spikes too. All of a
Yeah,
sudden.
he should. He's a great guitar teacher, so yeah, he should.
Okay, cool. That's cool. All right, so music theory. Interesting.
Yeah, that's a good one. That'd be helpful, positive, helpful for Jig Bob.
Maybe you can write a song right now about this. What was your very first job?
Probably. I mean, my first job, I started as a very young kid where I was cutting lawns, so I started my own lawn cutting business. But then I think, which is more, I think, what most kids.
All right, let's. Okay, here's your challenge.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. But but I think my first job was at a party store. I was a stock boy. I think my job, where I got a paycheck, weekly paycheck.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was about 14 or 13, 14 years old. Yeah. So, yeah.
What was your first job?
I made salads.
Made salads.
It's awesome.
Specifically,
That's great.
Okay.
made salads, and then I did so well, I got upgraded to cutting bread.
Ooh.
Oh wow, that's a big. You don't just go from salad to bread.
I got a little piece of the pie, you could say.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, so your whole job was just cutting bread for the day? What?
No, that was part of it. That was my end response.
Oh, okay.
Oh, they moved you up. Yeah, it's great. It's a big job, dude. It's big boy pants. Whatever.
Oh, that's funny. Oh my gosh. I wish I could.
I wish I could. I don't know, do a backflip, do a standing backflip. That'd be fun. I think about that sometimes when I watch those People Are Awesome videos. They just stand there and they just do a backflip. That'd be cool. I wish I could do a backflip.
Well, I think I've seen videos of you doing yoga or something. You
I do
some-
yoga. I'm
yeah.
very
I mean, your
in tune with my
handstands,
body, but
yeah.
I don't like flying through the air backwards. I don't trust. I can't
You
trust
can't
myself.
when you
enough
can't see what. Yeah.
Yeah, so I wish I could get rid of that fear and do a backflip. Maybe I'll try one later or something.
Maybe
Jump up,
start with trampoline, so you know.
Yeah, I don't love trampolines. I broke both my ankles. I'm always injuring my ankles, so I don't like trampolines. First one was out of. Yeah, yeah. So now I've got broken ankles and I'm trying to do a backflip. Yeah, it's quite the hurdle I got out of.
Well, if anyone's out there that can help Dan learn how to do a backflip, he's maybe willing to learn it. Okay.
And first would be conquering the fear of it, then teach me how. I don't think I trust myself enough.
Yeah. No, I'm with you on that one.
Yeah. So it would be cool though if I could just walk into somewhere and boom, there's Dad. You know what I mean? Like it's backflipping. There he is. Like that'd be an impressive entrance on the stage or something. Yeah, people would be. Yeah. No one's paying attention, so it's like boom, bah, backflip.
It could be like David Lee Ross, like high kick.
Yeah.
You can have the backflip.
Get him going, dude. Yeah.
There you go.
That's the thing.
Another thing to strive for. How about we hear another song?
Okay.
Do you want to do a challenge? Let's just go ahead with one of your originals. Let's go with one of your originals.
Yeah, we'll go on an original. Cause
Remember the party store song?
No, not a party store. Yeah, we say I know, right? So what's original do you want to do right now? You want to do somewhere in between?
Yeah, man. If you're down, let's rock her.
Is this on a?
I'm having a hard time with this chair. These arms are in my way.
Oh.
But I'll be able to.
Sorry about that.
No, it's whoever built this damn chair's fault. Okay, so here we go. This song is called "Somewhere in Between," and it's one of the first songs I ever wrote. And this is another song where, well, maybe my subconscious does the writing sometimes, and that's the formula because maybe trials and things I've gone through in my life. I just sat down on a porch one day with my guitar and just started strumming, and all these lyrics just naturally came out, and it became a song within a few moments. So it's called "Somewhere in Between." It's gonna get a little loud, so. I fell in love with an angel, but the angel didn't have no wings. Just a pretty little smile and a story of better things. Fell in love with the devil, but the devil didn't have no horns. Just a broken reflection of a man who's been beaten and torn. I'm not a liar, I'm not a sinner, I'm not a thief, I swear. Haven't always been honest, haven't always been fair. I ain't always in my best day, I gotta keep my hands clean. I guess it must leave me somewhere in between. Fell in love with the devil, but the devil didn't have no tail. It's a brown neck bottle with the intent I might fail. Fell in love with an angel, but the halo wasn't there. Don't you listen to the devil, he's only gonna bring you despair. I'm not a liar, I'm not a sinner, I'm not a thief, I swear. Haven't always been honest, haven't always been fair. Not always in my best day, I gotta keep my hands clean. I guess it must leave me somewhere in between. I'm not a liar, I'm not a sinner, I'm not a thief, I swear. Haven't always been honest, haven't always been fair. I'm not always in my best days, I gotta keep my hands clean. I guess that must leave me somewhere in between. Yeah.
That was great.
Thanks, guys.
That was great.
My headphones started to fall off. I'm like, oh.
You handled it well.
I get a little too, I'm a little rambunctious, a little spazzy.
Okay, I do have a challenge for you, but I wanted to real quick talk about one thing. You said, one day the whole world will hear my music. How do you plan to do that?
I don't know, just kind of as I'm doing it right now. And I jumped up from 0 following to 40-some thousand people, so next goal will be millions, just going to keep doing it. Persistence and quality. So now I'm going to be taking a lot more time and patience in what I do, because before I did get caught in that trap of where I just kind of thought I started doing things for other people, which started giving me writer's block, and I just started putting things out that I didn't love, but I felt like I need to be putting these songs out. I need to be writing this way or getting this message across, and it took me away from, it's not what matters or why people started listening to me in the first place. I'm just going to do what I think sounds great to me.
Like you said earlier, you have to be authentic to what.
You have to be authentic.
Yes.
And it'll shine through. And if you're good at it, it's gonna.
And people will, with social media, keep sharing it and spreading the word, and
we'll keep spreading. Yeah.
Yeah. That's quite a goal, though.
Yeah. Well, I love it. I'm just gonna sing my whole life. I sing at airports sometimes. I sing. Now you're hearing me. Who knows how many people will hear me or. So one day, who knows how many people? Maybe
what
not
do
the
you
whole world.
Sing at airports? You just sit down and start singing?
I mean, I've sat with my guitar today. I'll sing anywhere. So like people can hear me. I'm always willing to sing a song. So.
Do you literally open the case for people to throw money in, or you just?
No, I'm not much. What's that called? Busking, right?
Yeah.
I'm not much of a. No, we actually have never done that either. Like we've never just went to the side of the street and
I did.
sat. But we've never as a team.
No, we've never,
yeah, when you were in Chicago, you did, right? Yeah.
I bussed for like 2 years.
Yeah, we've never went and done that, which was great, right? It's a good experience.
Good money that way? Did you get?
It's about minimum wage.
Which is great because you're doing music.
Oh yeah, so yeah, if you want to sit on the street on a nice
sunny day,
it's better than
make $100 in a day real quick, maybe or something. Yeah.
Okay. Hey, I mean, that's one way to practice.
Yeah. It's a great way to practice and perform in front of people. I've noticed. I've not done it, but it looks like would be good for you.
Okay. Interesting. All right, I do have a challenge for a song, guys.
Busker Douglas. Yeah. Okay. Challenge for a song. Let's make a song up. You ready?
The challenge is I'll just give you one word.
Okay. And we have to sing about it.
Yes.
Okay.
Music Town.
Music Town.
Oh yeah.
Come to get down at Music Town.
Are we swinging like that?
Yeah. No, however you want to do it. Let's do it.
Music Town, dude.
Yep. Oh wow, we're gonna get rocking. Music Town, yeah. You don't gotta frown, you can smile for a while down in Music Town. Well, we can get down, at Music Town. Bring your soul, bring your girl dressed in a gown. You can wear the crown, you can do your best. You can sing the lyrics, let them flow out your chest. You can get the rhymes, get them out of time. Hit a microphone and I ran out of things
Music
to say.
Town.
Yeah, Music Town. But yeah, and that was it threw me. That rock one threw me a little bit, but
That was cool. Thank you.
I don't know if that'll be a hit, but
Well, you were. That was funny. Just watching. It's like you were throwing out these words and they were rhyming. It's like, dang.
yeah, that's what we should have done a rap. Yeah, but yeah, rap is like we both love rap a lot, so. Freestyling battles is like our favorite thing, which people don't peg us for. And if we were to say, they'd be like, you know, these guys, these two, you know, suburban
great,
kids
though.
from that. But we straight throw fire out there, dude. Yeah, I'm just kidding.
That was good. That was
you, Pam.
impressive that you can just
Thank you.
do that on the fly like
That's
that.
gonna be the new Music Town. The Music Town.
Love it, love
This
it.
is great.
Well, this has been just so much fun. You guys, and I could tell. I knew this was going to be a good one. You guys, just by watching your videos and and the things like that, you two together.
That's
I mean,
awesome.
you've got this great chemistry that works when you're playing and singing together. So. So I wanted to have you guys in here. So DanTillery.com,
Yep.
is that correct? Okay.
DanTillery.com, yep.
That's where everyone can find
And
you.
anything online will be Dan Tillery and Dave G, like on Pandora. We have a Pandora station. It's pretty cool, actually. It'll play like us and then Bob Marley, Sublime, Jackson.
okay.
It's kind of cool to put it on our channel and see what flows next. But Spotify and iTunes, all of that, Dan Tillery and Dave G.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for coming in, guys. It's been a pleasure. I'm impressed with what you've been doing, and I'm sure you will have the whole world listening to your music before you know it.
Thank you very much,
the way
Pam.
you've been doing and getting things going. So once again, thank you so much for tuning in to another edition of Behind the Mic here in downtown Detroit at Music Town. And I'm Pam Rossi. Have a great week.